Hello, welcome back to the channel, and it's appalling weather. I think the camera's making it look a lot nicer than it is in real life. It's middle of winter now, things are cold, it's going to get dark in a moment even though it's just 4 o'clock. So today I'm going to be in here and this is going to be a clean with me. I got the Hoover ready. It's a bit of a special clean with me because hopefully at the end of this video it will look something like this. This is a bit of foreshadowing. I can't see what you're seeing right now. So I'm hoping that that video doesn't look anything like this because honestly, the Happy Hut is in such a state. This is where I make my YouTube videos and where I spend most of my time. But I've got a little project that I've had going for about 14 months now, and that is to run a Lego City train, a secret hidden railway underneath these benches, the desk. I don't know if you can see the track under there. It's like really hidden. It goes underneath that bench, and then there's a tunnel behind. I realise I'm saying these words with my mouth. And there's even a London Underground station here, like the one I used to use all the time when I grew up in London. That's my little Camden Town station. It's more like Kentish Town. We'll go through that later. And a tram stop they got exactly this time last year, but it's all in bits and it's absolutely filthy as well. What's great about having the Lego track is that you can walk all over it and Casper the dog can run on it. But I'm sort of pushing that to its limit because it's really just covered in filth and it's absolutely broken in places. Now recently, last week, I got a load of track from TrixBrix. So I've got a whole junction under here and some electronics that will make it work. That came over from Poland, and then all these other countries really loved the Lego City trains. And then I got a complete station from BlueBrixx in Germany and made a video about that as well. I'll try to put all of those in the description down below. But I can't put any of it down at the moment because the track is broken and it's absolutely filthy. It's in such a state. So we're going to do a clean with me. If I get this right, I'll be able to just hide all of this, and then it never happened. You and I didn't see this, but I can't get this away until it's all absolutely clean. So it's time to fire up the Miele Hoover, our vacuum cleaner. For some reason, it absolutely stinks as well. It's quite a thing to lug around the house, but it's perfect for what I need it to do because I need a bit of power. This cleanup hasn't happened since the last clean with me video I made, which I think was about 15 months ago. So I'm starting with this section under the bench here. You can see I've got my Camden Town station. I'm going to call this Camden Road, even though it's not up in the air like my favourite real Camden Road. And I've got the tram stop next to it. I'm going to completely change this, transform it with the new platforms, but I need to just get rid of all this dust and mud. Every time Casper and I come to the hut, which is every day, we just bring up all this mud, then dries and then turns to dust, and it gets absolutely everywhere. And you can also probably see the fur from the reindeer rugs that came from back when the Happy Hut was built. It's a barbecue hut from Finland and it's in a hexagon shape. So I've got 6 of these areas to clean. The track has fared really well, but I've just got to clear everything out. This used to be such a place of junk under here, so I'm really glad that I've got something that looks jolly and nice and cheery instead of just the piles of paper and equipment that I never used. I used to sling under here. I'm going to change the layout, so this is going to be a pass-through station with that track at the back. That's the loop, and then I have a bay platform coming out. I might have 2 bay platforms. That might be a bit much, but I definitely want to turn this into a bay platform. And if the track works over on the other side, which I think I'm going to call Farringdon, then I'll probably make this 3 tracks as well. That'll be in time. The first priority is just to get a couple of platforms in to make this bay platform and to test that the size all works. I've got to the part now where I need to clean the Leslie Green style underground station. Out of the box, it's called Piccadilly Circus, and I've got a whole video about how this was built. So that's down in the description and in the playlist. But oh, look at the state of it. It's looking really dusty and cobwebs. So I've got this this vacuum, handheld one. It's great. I've got video for this as well, and you can charge it with a USB cable. So if I get in close, let's see if it actually works on my models. There's a big spider web here. That seems to work. I've got it build up down here. And then I love this inside the station. But look, it looks like a derelict, disused station. But it's got barriers and it's got a ticket machine and it's got a little shop here. Let me put the lighting on. Let's put the lights on in the station. And it's got the original style station title. If I move this, it's got the original one. So it says Brick Street and Waterloo Railway, Piccadilly Circus. But I thought I could use these two studs. This isn't much cleaning, is it? But anyway, I'm going to use these two to put a modern sign in front that's in the style of TfL. And I've done some mock-ups already. I'll put those on screen now. But look how filthy it is. And if I turn the camera up, you can see inside, it now looks like it's got a bit more life. And what's great is that because it opens up at the back, it's not supposed to, but I took the wall off at the back, that could go straight out as a platform, a bit like Kentish Town. It's even got escalators on the left-hand side. And it's like a small version of Camden Town, which is the station I did. Look, there's a little restaurant up at the top there. Or maybe it's a crew restaurant, staff restaurant for the train crews. But this is a view that I never see. I only see this once a year when I clean this. So this is privileged hidden stations tour. If I get my handheld vacuum in here, we'll just clean up around the barriers, hopefully without causing too much destruction and chaos. If I show you the roof, I've got a battery pack here that's powering this, but I managed to get a USB port so that I'll be able to run proper lighting. Also, when I've done this, I don't know if I'll do this on this video, but I'm going to run a lighting strip up here so it'll be lit all the time. The roof is looking a bit dusty, so we'll just clean this with the handheld one. I think the trouble with the full power vacuum is that it might just suck all the bricks off and the roof. And I don't want to be doing any major incident style destruction with this. It's just the lights clean. I'll take out this signal tower. This is from the cargo train set. I don't really like the cargo train, but it's the only train that works. So I love it at the moment because it's rugged enough to make it through the tracks while they are a bit broken and not quite lined up. So Casper absolutely hates this train, but if I pull it all out of the way, that should give me a bit of access to do some cleaning. I can now clean this corner and oh my goodness, there are quite a lot of spiders' webs in here. Sorry guys, we're gonna have to clear you out because we're gonna have some trains and trams running through here in no time. If I can make it round the 6 parts of the Happy Heart, I just want to get one train running, one train loop for the end of this video. Now I don't know, should I put all these videos on another channel? That's the big problem I have at the moment, is I don't think I should be putting this on the Dad Delivers channel because this is purely for me. But maybe dads need that. Maybe dads need a bit of hidden infrastructure. But should I have that on this channel? Let me know in the comments what you think. Should this not be on this channel? Should I not be doing this here? Would you subscribe to a new channel that just had this? I'd be interested to see if anyone's watching this video. These videos do really badly on my channel. I can now push back the cargo train and I'm going to steal the engine from that. I think if I manage to make it round and clean all of this, I'm going to steal the engine and put that into my new rolling stock by the end of the video. So there's an incentive to keep going. Oh my goodness, look at the state of it though. So I ran this round just to try and clear the track, and it's absolutely covered in reindeer hair and dust. This is the main entrance to the hut, so this track here takes an absolute pounding. It never gets trodden on because the mats either side of it seem to cushion it, but Casper manages to get a lot of dust onto here. So this is probably the filthiest part, I think, I can see, and the bit that I do want actually clean. I have 2 mats here, and I'll show you a bit later, but I think I've got to get rid of one of them so that I can open up the bench near to the camera, because this is where, at the bottom here, there'll be another station, and this mat gets in the way of the bench going up. We moved on to the 3rd straight in the hut. This bench is, obviously it's full of junk, so I'm going to try and clear that. And underneath, I don't know if you can see, I mean this is basically all the storage that I've got in the Happy Heart. So I'm slightly wary of losing all of this by building a station under here. But what I thought I could do, I've got to lift this up, and I can't because the desk is in the way. So I might just move that for now. Let's see if it comes up. Yes. So originally, because this was a barbecue hut, these act as beds as well as benches. So right here, there was a big barbecue pit, and there was a big like funnel in the roof. It wasn't practical at all. As much as I'd love to eat barbecue, it was always supposed to be an office. So I have this up permanently on that side because it's a lovely big table. The trouble with doing that this side is that these pads don't come out all the way, although this doesn't look too bad. Let me show you underneath, and what a mess. I've got this Raid. It was supposed to be a NAS, but it's not a NAS, and I don't know anything about NASs, but I managed to get a proper one, so I don't really need this. I should sell that. And I've got boxes full of stationery under here, so I'm changing my stationery for a station. I've been really surprised over the last few years at how dry and clean the hut is overall. I mean, it's just have a few spiders' webs and maybe the odd tiny slug now and again makes it under there. I know, because when I put paper down, it gets eaten. But I've not had that this year, so that's been good. I need to clear out all these spiders' web though that's under the bench. I don't think I've flipped up the bench for about 4 years, and there's quite a lot of spider debris. But the biggest problem I've got now is that the track is broken. So the loop was split because I stole some track to test out the TrixBrix track. So I've moved the straights and you can see how much dust is left on the floor from the track bed. You can see the outline of the track. That has fallen in pretty much exactly 1 year. The great thing with the Lego track though is that it is so almost indestructible, and a lot of this track is off-brand. Some of it is official Lego City R40 track. The rest of it is from Amazon and AliExpress. I've made videos about those. They'll be in the playlist at the end of the video. I have this lighting strip. It's basically 5 to 12 volt LED strip, and it's got a USB cable attached to it, and it's self-adhesive. So I'm going to try and rig this up so that I can see what I'm doing under here. I've also got Casper. Hey Casper, friend of the channel, not friend of the Lego City Railway. This is going to get easier every year, isn't it? So I don't know if you can see me higher. I've plugged it in and there's quite a lot of it left. I use this to light up my wife's cabinet in the bedroom. But if I can get it up now, that will at least give me some lighting to put the track down. Oh, I can't turn over. I think I've got Lego in my pocket. You know, this is one of the times where I feel grateful to live in the UK, where our spiders, they generally get along with you. They don't delete you. They don't unalive you. So if I take off the backing tape, I don't know if you can see, the light has got this adhesive tape to the back. And it's actually made up of lots of tiny, tiny LED lights. Oh, there we go. So once you've got a corner hold, you can just take the backing tape off, and I'm going to stick it on the roof. I've run it into the corner and over this beam, and it's so flexible. You can just curve it any way you want, but I think from here I'm going to run it fairly straight. Let's do a time lapse. Yeah, I should have emptied my pockets before I went in there. I completely understand now why I watch all these videos of German men and they've got their layouts all geometrically perfect and laid out on top. It's just so much easier to access. But I want this hidden. I want this to be a little surprise so that when you flip the switch, the light comes on and look at it, that looks so good. The camera compensates for the lighting conditions, but now I've got the LED strip done. That looks really sweet anyway. Time to clean the remaining bits of dust and reindeer fur off the floor, and this is for my TrixBrix 3-road depot layout that I got the other week. This is really tricky because the geometry of a hexagon, yeah that's right, my six-sided hut, the geometry for working out the Lego is a bit beyond my brain, so I've used bits of FlexiTrack to fill. I'm sure there's a way of doing this. Let me know in the comments if you can work out how to do a perfect hexagon in regular Lego track. Another problem I've got is that I nailed down the track before because it was slip sliding, and those nails are in completely the wrong place. But anyway, I'm working out the geometry because I really want it to meet a set of points at the other end, and it's so tantalizingly close. This is more of a physical, it was supposed to be a clean with me video, but it's more of me rolling around in the filth trying to make one tiny piece. I'm out by about 4 studs, and if I can make this work, then this terminus will look absolutely epic. Now I can pull the nails out from where I previously had the track here. This is the hardest part with this layout, I think, because Lego City Track does not like my wooden floorboards in the Happy Hut. They are quite, I mean, they look flat on camera, but if you hit them at an angle, they can be not very forgiving for the track. So I guess I've got a choice to either put ballast down, which I'm really not a fan of, and I think maybe the wobbly floorboards might actually push ballast plates even more out of position, or I could put something like cork or felt down, but I don't know, I just think that will look a bit raggedy around the edges, plus I'd have to run it into the stations as well, and I'm not sure how good that would look. And this is really satisfying. You know those posters where the Transcontinental Railway meets and they're out by about 6 inches? It's a bit like that, and it's really difficult pushing the tracks together. So let me just leave the time lapse running and I'll get these into position, and we will have this station built in no time. And by no time, I mean probably an hour and a half of faffing around. I need a station building in the foreground. Where the track comes together, that will be covered. I'll have a big station in front of that. All I wanted to do was to just get the track down. Proof of concept. I'm going to run a proper train through here in a moment. I'm so bored of this. I'm already I've given up on the cleaning. I've got the cargo train ready to go. I've got my signal cabin ready. Let's get comfortable. I have to put my feet on Casper's dog bed. Actually, it's really comfortable. Oh, I like that. I'll show you the view from here, and this isn't what it looked like before. Have a look at this. Over there, I can absolutely see the station. I've got the cargo train there. I've got my powered up hub. We'll run the test train. Oh, wrong way. We'll run the test train round the hut, and if it crashes, that'll be a shame. But here it is on its maiden run through the new platforms. That's looking pretty good. See if it make it through the tunnel. I'll have to chase it with the camera under the desk. Okay, I thought that would be a problem. And then it's gone behind the bench. It's going into the avalanche tunnel behind the armchair. Sorry, there's so much clutter. I'll get that fixed for next time. I'm going to put up lights under here. Runs through Camden Road Station. Oh my goodness, we've done it. I honestly thought that would crash, so we'll go full speed. Wow, look at that cargo train go round. In my mind, it's like an engineering train, a test train, but this is going full speed, and it seems to be coping really well with my not very good Lego City Track geometry around the hexagon. Again, please say in the comments if you can help me with the geometry for a perfect hexagon. And oh no, I know what this means. This means that I have to finish it now. I've got to build another station and some more platforms and put in more infrastructure and probably light the station under the dark bench there, because the lights underneath my new terminus area looks great. I've hit a problem though, because it's done absolutely fantastic work going around that outer loop. When I signal it into the inner loop, the passing loop, it's not so good. So if I've set the points over there, if I set the train going, be ready for a crunch, here it comes. Oh dear, no, I just don't like how this looks. It just looks like dead space. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of this point. I did want to experiment. I've never had curved points before, so it was worth the experiment. To make it 8 studs on my hexagon corner, I've had to use some flexi track, which isn't great. But it's more the shortening of the platforms. This just doesn't look very as epic as I thought it would. We'll have the outer loop, And now I'm going to have 2 bay platforms, so it'll be a terminus for 2 tracks with a passing track on the outside. I think that's going to look really good. That in my head will look like Moorgates, which I love. If you're familiar with the Thameslink platforms. Thanks for coming along with me. It wasn't much of a clean with me, was it? But we certainly sorted out some track together. This has taken an absolutely enormous step forward. If only for the lighting underneath the bench. I definitely want to do that all the way around the hut, so I can turn the lights on when the trains are running. I'm also going to put lighting in my carriages. Here's a little experiment here. You have to ignore the lights that are outside the carriages, but I think I can get these lit up once I have them motorised. So we'll have that to look forward to, and also on the next video I'm going to introduce the yellow tram, my Manchester light tram. I'm going to power this and run it around the tracks. I'll put a little sneak preview clip on here if I've managed to get it working tonight. I can't wait, I really can't wait. I'm going to see if I can run a tram around this track. If you've reached this point in the video, my goodness, you must like Lego City trains, L-gauge, L-scale trains. So thanks for coming along with the clean with me. If you've got any help or advice, please say hello in the comments below. It'd be lovely to hear from you. These videos get absolutely no views, so this is just you and me. This is like a members special. And right here is my playlist. Oh, hit the like and subscribe button because it means other people will get to see it, so thank you for hitting that. But right here is the playlist for all of my Lego City trains, this railway, all the station builds, platforms, trains, all in this playlist here.